Eric Ten Hag manager of the month. Like, Man United ain't played no one. So why is he getting manager of the month when Aston Villa are sat third in the league?
Didn't Harry Maguire get player of the month?
I think so. But bro, Lee, listen. You know what's crazy about the Harry Maguire situation and the Eric Ten Hag situation, and which actually pissing me off now, is because it's like it's trendy now to overhype Harry Maguire's mediocre performances. This geezer got Premier League player of the month, and fair enough, yeah. That only takes into consideration Premier League performances. But bro, we have a goal difference of 1 in the Premier League. We're bottom of our Champions League group, and we've conceded 3 goals in like every game with him at centre back. How the hell is he player of the month, bro? Do you see what I'm saying? It's crazy. Oh, it's 0. Sorry,
Yeah,
guys.
your goal difference is 0.
Our goal difference is 0. There you go. So how is he player of the month and we've got a goal difference of 0, bro? Like, to me, that don't make no sense. But you know what it is? It's super trendy now to over compliment Harry Maguire, just like it's super trendy to over criticize Marcus Rashford now. Do you know what I'm saying? I've been calling Rashford out for the last 5 years, but it's getting to the point now where I feel sorry for him. Because
now, isn't it?
the way these men are piling it on now, yeah, it's disingenuous, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like every opportunity now they're gonna try to kick him, yeah. Whereas before, I was criticizing him when it was merited. Now these men, it's like all right, then cool. Rashford,
they're always years behind
and now they're like, oh yeah, we beat Chelsea because Rashford's not playing. No, that's not why we beat Chelsea, blood. If Rashford was playing,
they missed their chances
because they're rubbish, bro. If Rashford was playing,
more, but they could have scored a good few goals.
Bro, Rashford would have scored a hat trick if he played against Chelsea. The amount of times. The amount of opportunities that Garnacho and them man had, yeah, if they fell to Rashford, he would have scored them, bro. Listen, Rashford's a lot of things, yeah, but let me tell you something. The amount of chances that these man had, Rashford would have ate nicely against Chelsea. The amount of space they were giving him, because Rashford's quicker than Garnacho. That one-on-one that went over the top to Garnacho, if that goes to Rashford, he's burying that. Do you know what I mean? So these guys are super, super quick, yeah, to just be kicking him when he's down now. And it's getting boring to me, bro. Do you know what I mean? The same way these men are over hyping up Harry Maguire. It's like Harry Maguire ain't done nothing, bro, to get player of the month. He's done nothing. So it's just one of them things where the stats don't mean anything. Man United have beaten a bunch of relegation fodder in a month where we've had the easiest Premier League run and we've won the games we're supposed to win, Lee. That's not manager of the month material, isn't, bruv? I think Aston Villa have scored maybe first or second most amount of goals in the league, and they're third. How did Unai Emery not get manager of the month?
They've scored more than Arsenal. Yeah, the second top scorers. They've scored 2 less than Man City. They're joint with Liverpool.
Exactly. So why is Unai Emery not manager of the month?
Yeah, exactly. It makes no sense. Yeah, Aston Villa beat. Well, that was last month. Let's go to last month. They beat Tottenham. They beat Fulham. They beat Luton. Oh, that was October. I'm lying. They lost to Forest. Yeah, so they lost to Forest. Then they beat Fulham. Then they beat Spurs. And then they were the only 3 games they played in November. Yeah, but because he's got 1 loss on there, he's not manager of the month. Do you know what I mean?
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's weird.
Doesn't make sense.
The thing is, Ollie Watkins is bagging for fun. Yeah, so why didn't he win player of the month?
I don't know.
Right. This is the thing, mate. Yeah, if you can control the narrative and you can control the media that are putting the narrative out, you can control the masses, and it's very easy to manipulate people's minds when the narrative is being filtered everywhere by every account. Yeah, all of the top accounts, like not just top fan accounts, but actually top media outlets like Sky Sports, TNT, Eurosport, ESPN. Oh, Harry Maguire. And if you keep seeing Harry Maguire this, Harry Maguire that, all of a sudden, that narrative is now spread like wildfire, and it's now the general consensus.
Yep.
And that ain't the case. Listen, Harry Maguire is a trash footballer. Yeah, and like you said, you've been scrambling across the line against teams you should be whacking.
Right.
Yeah. So how is he player of the month?
But this is what I'm trying to say, and people are saying, oh yeah, but Aston Villa lost to so and so, bruv. Aston Villa are Aston Villa, bro, and they're third in the Premier League. It doesn't matter who they. What? So all of a sudden, what? So because you win all your games, no matter who you play against, you're manager of the month. How does that work? Shouldn't manager of the month, yeah, be the manager that overperformed?
Facts.
Should
Mate,
that not be manager of the month?
There's been times I think where Arteta's won all the games in a month and not one manager of the month.
I'm sure there has.
So that, like, when it's, oh, you have to win all your games, well, it's not that, is it? Because if that's the case, then why didn't Arteta win it a few more times? So what are they actually basing manager of the month on?
Bro,
And
it's
it should be what
nonsense,
you
bro.
said. It should be who's overperforming.
Yeah.
Yeah, and let's be real with it. Yeah, let's be real. Yeah, Unai Emery is massively overperforming with a team like Aston Villa. He shouldn't be third in the league. He shouldn't be. Yeah. With the team that they've got, he should be nowhere near top of the league. He's 2 points off the top. Yeah, level with Liverpool. Or 1 point behind Liverpool, whatever it is. Yeah, but literally, if they beat us, it's 4 points off the top. If they beat us tomorrow, they're 1 point behind us. That's crazy.
That's crazy, bro.
And look at the team he's got. Like, he's got, what's his name? John McGinn running around in midfield. Like, half decent.
Well, exactly.
Would anyone take John McGinn at Arsenal? Probably not.
Well, there you go.
You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy, man. He's got what's his name? Konsa looking like a prime centre half now, like like a Sol Campbell or somebody like that. Like the way Konsa played against Man City, I was like, wow, bruv, like you are sick. Like you've been playing sick. Yeah, why didn't he get a shout for Player of the Month? Because he's been brilliant this season.
Well, there you go, Lee. But this is what I'm saying. So you got to understand, that there's always an agenda. There's always an agenda with these awards and why they give it to people. They're giving it to Ten Hag because they feel sorry for him because he's been under pressure.
Yeah.
That's the real reason why they're giving it to him, because that's what it is. Man United are in turmoil, then he won all his games, so it's a nice narrative. It's all about stories, bro. There's nothing genuine about these awards.
It wouldn't surprise me if Man United got a little phone call in and said, obviously we want to take a bit of heat off of the manager and the players.
Yeah, but bro, they seem to be doing everything else, Lee, to be honest. Do you know what I'm saying?
It wouldn't surprise me if they phoned them up
bro,
and said,
this team, this is the same club, that's banned certain journalists because they weren't playing ball. Do you know what I'm saying? They're sending their players on certain fan channels so they can control the narrative. Like, this is what these men are doing, bro. This is what these men are doing. They're curating a space where they're in control of every single message that comes out. So stranger things have happened, mate. Do you know what I mean? I see right through this nonsense. So it just is what it is, bro. It just is what it is. There's nothing genuine about most of the stuff that we see. So
yeah, thanks. Mate, I just did a press conference reaction before this. Some of the questions they were asking Arteta, and you know that the comms person sat there and said, right, we can't talk about this, we can't talk about that. Yeah, and then I know factually, I know people that sit in them press conferences every now and again, Right? I know factually that before Arteta walks out to sit down and answer the questions, them journalists sit there and say to the comms person, what would you like to get out of this as a football club? Yeah, and then they say, we would like to go down this road today. 90% of the questions he was asked today were about if he's allowed to celebrate, if he's in a director's box this weekend because he's touchline banned. Yeah, how comes? Do you think you're being targeted by the Premier League for over celebrating? Do you feel you're over celebrating? Are you allowed to celebrate? Yeah, it was all about celebrate. It's nothing to do with the Aston Villa game. Yeah, and then they went down the road of asking a load of dodgy questions about Unai Emery. Like, how about asking about the game? Yeah, forget Unai Emery for a second. How are you going to beat Aston Villa? What's the key threat for Aston Villa? How are you going to break them down? Did you see them against City, and how do you think you could do something different? Ask them, but that won't be the narrative that you can peddle out to millions of people. And I guarantee you, if I load up Twitter, all of these journalists have now posted that all over their Twitter accounts to hundreds of thousands of people, certain quotes about him saying he might not be allowed to celebrate in a director's box. Or something like that. Then the big accounts, the fan accounts, will put that out, and now millions of people, that's the narrative now. Yeah, and that's how easy it is to spin people. Yeah, and then anyone who goes against that and says, well, hang on a minute, did you cross the line and stand on the pitch mid-game? Yes, you did. Well, you're banned then, isn't it? Yeah, you've got a yellow card, mate. You're on the pitch, you're not allowed to be. Yeah, you go against that, you're negative.
No, thanks.
These people would rather be lied to than hear the truth. It's crazy.
I can't argue with you, bro. I really can't argue with you. Big up everyone inside. Smash up the lights, man. You're slacking, people. Only 150. You know what it is. And nah, Lee, you're right, bro. But it's just one of them ones where these man know what they're doing. Like everything is everything's premeditated. Everything's controlled. They set things up so they can do the little passion hero speech. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, these man know the questions that are coming before. Don't ever get it twisted and think that these are organic interviews or organic questions, because they're not. They'll have a media, like a press person there, a PR person in there, and they'll say, all right, cool, we're going to go to that person, that person, that person. What's your question? What's your question? So these men know what they're going to answer, and they know how they're going to answer it.
Why did a journalist rock up to London Colney or Carrington, whatever training ground they're going to do the interviews? Yeah. How comes they rock up 2 hours early? But the manager comes out right at the end for 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah, because there'll be someone going around checking all the questions before they're asked.
Yeah.
Of course.
What would you like to get out of this press conference, Mr. Arsenal guy? Oh, yeah, we can ask X, Y, Z. And you can post this, but that'll be embargoed until this time. So you can peddle that out at this time. Why do they embargo certain quotes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why? Because they want it to drop at a certain time. Yeah. Because they can get mad traction at certain times on certain quotes. Yeah. And to get the maximum traction, to get the maximum people on the same narrative. Yeah. They do it all the time. Do it all the time. Like when we played Europa League last season, yeah, and obviously we had a game at the weekend. Yeah, they'd do the press conference. We wouldn't do 2 press conferences. So we'd do the post-match for the Europa League game on the Thursday night. But then they'd stick around and then they'd do a press conference again, yeah, for the game at the weekend. Why can't they put some of them quotes out straight away? Why do they have to hold that back for the weekend? Yeah, for Saturday morning if we're playing Sunday. Why can't they just throw that out on Friday? Why can't they throw that out on Thursday night? Yeah, because they want to get the maximum traction, which is fair enough, but they want to get the maximum traction off of the quotes from Thursday night after the game. You can still throw out, but he then said in this for the game at the weekend, X, Y, Z, but they can't, they don't want to do that. It's all about control. Yeah, and when you see through that, yeah, you highlight it, yeah, you're literally 1 in a million that highlights it.
Yeah.
And then you're shut down. Because if you're going against the narrative, they try and silence you, bruv. We've seen that when we were sat in our houses for 2 years.